Good evening, everyone. Today is 11/19/2012 on 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, today was a great day. Isabel had, what did she have this morning? Little gym, so she went to Little Gym. Paula had a doctor's appointment. I guess she ran around a little bit, went up to the office, had some awesome conversations, and kind of went down to my parents' house, just hung out there for a bit, and had a really good day. Today also, the first thing when I woke up, actually, I've been trying to keep my journal like right next to me, so if I have those random ideas and stuff like that, I can write them down. And the first thing that came up, I've been thinking a lot about like how to there's a lot of changes that I'm going through, and a lot of, or changes mentally and everything like that. What I'm doing, and then with work and everything like that. And I feel that myself, my employees, I get what is it? You get when it's change, you kind of fight against it. You don't want to change as much. And instead of it's not change for the bad, it's change for the better. And I've been thinking about that a lot. And finally, the words that kind of popped in my head were navigate the river of progress. So not saying we have to change or anything. We're just navigating the river of progress, or channel the creative flow. So creative flow is change, and just channeling that into the right area. So very kind of I really like those. I wrote down a few other things, but those are the two ones that stuck out. I also did Holosync. Today was my first day, and it was amazing. Actually, it was really, really cool. I felt, yeah, I just felt super calm. It was like 30 minutes. I actually, it took me to, or I guess I went to, I remember while I was doing it, it has all these noises and stuff like that, and it brought me back to when I was in Indonesia. I don't know. I've told this story a few times to kind of some my family and close people, but it was probably the closest thing to like a real I don't know, just a oneness story that I have. But I was in Indonesia for a little while. I went down there just for fun. I don't know, years ago. Gee, probably 7 years ago or something like that. And we were out in the middle of nowhere, and literally we were on this place called Lake Toba. It's in the middle of it's the world's largest crater lake or something like that, in the middle of nowhere. We rented this little scooter and went off to a bar, and it was me and my friend. We were the only ones in this bar with this bartender. Had a bottle of Jack or something like that, and we were right on this lake, and it started just monsooning, like crazy monsoon with we had Bob Marley playing or something like that, and just being out there and hearing the rain hit the water, hit the roof, everything like that with Marley, and it was really awesome. It's one of those stories that has really stuck with me, and it was one of those things that afterwards it was late at night. They had no electricity, so no lights, no anything. We were driving on this sketchy road with a sketchy little what are they called, the little Vespas or whatever it was, trying to make it back to our hotel. But the entire thing was just it was a beautiful time, and it's one of those memories that stuck in my head completely. And this whole scene, I hadn't thought about it in a long time, and listening to this, it just kind of popped that up, and it was. I don't know, it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So I highly recommend Holosync if anyone's into meditation or anything like that. If not, I don't know, do something else. I don't know. Holosync's awesome. So yeah, that was really cool. So I'm really happy with that. It goes on for 14 days. So today was day one. I'm gonna keep track of the Holosync experiences, and I'll talk with those as well. And then kind of as we move forward, I'll just put it on the header and stuff like that, so you guys can follow. I also have an email tip. So I've done this for my Gmail, but for my Outlook for some reason I didn't. But I filter everything by just unread. And so anything that comes in, if it's unread, it'll pop up and it'll only show. All my unread mail doesn't show, so there's a lot of just crap in there. And I was listening there, Brian Johnson, who does or yeah, Brian Johnson does the Philosopher's Notes. He had a tip he calls it the 2 minute one touch. So if it takes less than 2 minutes, touch it once. So just do it. And so for me, like with my emails, if if I know it's going to take longer than 2 minutes, I don't even like click on it, because it's like, I'll do that later. But every other email, I just look at, answer, send it away, and then my email, I only have like 4 emails now unread, so I just wait. Those are the longer ones, and I'll, when I have the time, I'll go in and actually do that. But it really cleans up like the flags and all that other stuff, because I remember when I had a ton of stuff to do. It was just I had so many flags and so many unread emails and all this stuff that it gets overwhelming. So I just really started filtering by unread and then answer the question right then. 2 minutes. If it takes less than 2 minutes, just answer it and send it off. So quick tip for anyone that wants it. So it works out well. Oh, and then James came by. Hello, James. I didn't know you watched this. Very cool. Well, yeah, you told me today that you watched this. So, you came by and picked up the bike. I hope you made it home okay. And I'm actually really, really excited. He said he's gonna fix it up, so I'm excited. If you fix it up and bring it back, I would love to see it. I'd love to see the work you did on it. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what you do. I'm really happy for you and happy for me too. So it was really awesome, man. You're a stand-up awesome guy, an awesome guy. Oh, and then hello, I got a new subscriber, Shannon Thompson. Hello, thanks for liking a couple of my posts. Um, so yeah. Oh, and then to kind of, I guess, to finally to just wrap up, I have a question for everyone that I asked myself. I was talking with Ryan DePrima today, and we were just kind of talking about goals and talking about life and everything like that. And it's a question that I asked myself, and it's from this book called the Other 90%. I heard it on the Philosopher's Note, but I'll put a link below for the book if anyone wants it. And the question is, are you closer to your goal now than you were 30 minutes ago? And I'll just leave that with you. I'll kind of talk with you guys tomorrow about well, no, I'll talk with you guys now. So my thoughts on it are, we always get we always say, oh, well, I'm going to get to this point in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, or something like that. And we never really break it down to that minute by minute, second by second, the moment by moment type thing. And when I heard that, are you close to your goal than you were 30 minutes ago? It really made me stop. And it was funny actually. I was listening to this right when I met James the first time. I had stopped on the side of the road and I had my journal and I wrote it down. There was a couple other follow-up questions. Let me see if I have. Um, Shoot. Oh, are you close to your goal that you were 30 minutes ago? And then there's two other ones. What's the most exceptional thing I did this week? And what's the most exceptional thing I'm going to do the following week or this upcoming week? And all of those questions really, they kind of stopped me in my tracks just because I was like, wow, no one's ever put it in, that type of timeline. And so, made me really think about it and really say, well, hell, why can't I get close to my goal every 30 minutes? If I'm not getting there every 30 minutes, well, what am I doing wasting my time? What am I waiting for an hour to go by or a month to go by or a year to go by? Why not now? The action time is now. And, so, those questions, are you close to your goal than you were 30 minutes ago? What's the most exceptional thing you've done this week, and what's the most exceptional thing you're gonna do this week? Think on those things, and yeah, write them down, talk to them, email them to me, whatever it is. But yeah, hope everyone have a fantastic day, and yeah, we'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Uh oh, you guys went black. Oh, there we go.